it's hard to imagine them not going the distance.
And we do have the first move on the board. LIREN goes with the trusted queen spawn opening.
This feels like rapid chess. We are seeing a rook come to an open h-file. Is there going to be a checkmate? Well, if this knight gets the e5 into f3, so Tanya, I know the eval bar is going up in white's favor, but this is at least double-edged. And so he plays b6?
Yeah, he spots it. He spots the queen sacrifice. Are we going to see that happen?
No, well, Ding will not take the queen, but this is a brilliant find by Jan.
Wow.
CB6, AB6 has been played, and that was an inaccuracy, apparently, by Ding LIREN, but the evaluation bar is still only slightly in Jan's favor. A takes B6 is a brilliant move. That deserves not just 2 exclamation points, maybe 20, because that was such a nasty idea. Just to remind everybody, you cannot take a queen. This isn't one of my games where I accidentally blundered my queen in speed chess. Knight f3 check would be available. It was an unexpected, amazing idea that Jan Nepomniachtchi uncorked in this first game of the tiebreaks in the World Championship, but do not take what appears to be a free queen. That would be a devastating blunder. That would lose Ding LIREN the game. But so the question that we have to answer is, what can he do to save this game?
He is reaching out. He finds it. He finds the move knight b5. But we've got to take this position in for just a second, right? White's queen is hiding on d2. Black's queen can be picked up with the knight or the rook.
1 to h2 leads to a repetition of moves, and this is going to be seen on the board any second. I mean, White
king can't step up to f3 because the rook on e5 hangs, so he has to stay connected to that rook on h1. And there we see what a draw this has been. Handshakes. The first game of the rapid playoff ends in a draw, but it was anything but peaceful, Robert.
Handshakes and get involved. I know that in chat the polls were up what who we think is going to win, but look at this view. Jan Nepomniachtchi playing the Spanish.
I'm shocked if he takes that pawn. It might be the best move. I'm just shocked if he does it.
Because
I mean, it feels like the bishop is just bad there, and if forced to retreat, Black will somehow pick up the e4 pawn. And maybe it's not the case, but intuitively, I wasn't even looking at that move. I mean, I know that it's a free pawn and everything, but I really was not looking at that option as even like a legal move. But that's probably just because
Abby, that hurt. You make me feel like such a bad player right now.
I was
that really hurt because I feel like that would be the first move that I would go for.
No, I was going to say that it's actually a good move. So this is like this is a case where I should be considering the move, and I'm actually sure that you're correct that bishop a6 is the critical move, but something in me just doesn't want to play it.
Well, I think it's a stylistic choice, right? Some people want extra pawns, which is fine. Other people want the positional triumphs in the position, right? If you take, I'm guessing, Fabi, you still want your e5 idea? Is that what you're going for?
Yeah, I do.
And he is with Fabi. Super Grandmaster Chess doesn't consider bishop a6, plays the move rook e1. You were saying it's a stylistic choice. Robert, maybe it's a strength choice. Both players will probably just find a way to repeat it. Rook a2, the rooks will start shuffling, and we see that happen. They are just moving the rooks around, and a threefold repetition. And that's a draw, agreed. The second game of the rapid playoff ends peacefully.
They've been getting under a bit of pressure, both of them playing with the black pieces, and we'll see if that trend continues.
Or if Ding has a new idea.
Different first move.
Starts with knight f3. That is not a move we've seen by Ding in this World Championship. I love this view. And we see knight f3. And is it going to transpose into some kind of Catalan, or will he keep the d pawn on d2? Wow, a reti.
Very classical approach from Jan. Bishop to e7. Invitation to the Catalan. Castle, and here d4 would transpose, but b3. He played like this against Anish in the in Vikings-A.
Knight, but he goes knight f4. But I was wondering about this too, and Fabi, I knew that was going to be your second stop in your knight's tour. But if you just take this knight, the point for everybody watching is that after queen takes, that queen is the only piece defending the bishop. So after pawn takes knight, queen takes queen, knight takes queen, this bishop is hanging on b2.
This is just an easy draw, and I don't think Jan will
repeat moves.
Yeah, Jan
they
will
found a
even
way.
Struggle.
They found a way to repeat the moves, and bishop e1, king e2. This has been the most peaceful game, not just the result, but also a really calm game by both players. Playing this inconspicuous opening. Jan Nepomniachtchi handling it to perfection.
hate to be the bearer of bad news. These guys don't want to start experimenting on the last decisive rapid game where if everything goes wrong, then all of their previous 3 weeks of work were basically in vain. I don't know if it's really time to experiment. It might not be a bad decision, but it's pretty risky too. Anyway, we'll quickly see what these guys have planned.
We're going to find out. E4 on the board. As you said, E5. Is it going to be a Berlin? Will after knight c6, bishop b5. Jan Nepomniachtchi sticks to his move, and we are going to see an anti-martial.
No longer a bad piece.
Whoa. It's happening, though. So, Ding...
Okay, so knight to e5 here must be the idea for black.
Yeah, you simply have to include this intermezzo.
Probably not a bad one, and you take on f5, and looks like probably white has some pressure, but I think he would actually be loath to give up the d3, the bishop on d3, rather the bishop on b1 and trade it on d3, because endgames become dangerous. Just the a pawn, like that bishop is a very important controller of that a pawn in some variations down the road. And I know that it sounds far away, but I really think it could be an important factor in the position. And the bishop, white star squared bishop, that being said, he plays it, so there goes everything I said. But
I think what you said still has merit, just because he decided to take. Your point still stands, and if the rooks come off the board, especially that a pawn is a passer, and even with rooks on the board, it could be a decoy of sorts. So we see a rook trade. Queen takes c4. Give me that c pawn. f5 may be able to be captured later. So are we seeing a position that, with all these trades, liquidation, are the chances most likely that this game ends in a, dare I say, draw?
One option, or I think bishop c3, rook c1, rook f6. I didn't see the exact refutation. Because bishop d2, there's a lot of like queen d4 ideas.
He goes for bishop c3. Is Ding playing with fire? I see the eval bar still approves of it. Rook c1, but now he has to be super careful with just 2.5 minutes on the clock.
And Jan is considering, but it looks like he's going for it. Queen e4. Ding has nothing really to think about here. He shouldn't be avoiding the repetition. There's no reason to.
Both players down on the clock, playing on their last minutes. We are expecting a repetition at this point with Ding falling back with the king to g8. Rook g6 is not a move that you consider here, right? It's the only move that I feel with black keeps the game going, but it looks like more like a losing move than a winning attempt.
If rook g6 is not better for white, I'd be shocked. But it's not definitely... Oh my god.
Oh!
Whoa!
What?
Is he playing for a win? Is Ding LIREN trying to win this game? And Ding LIREN, I keep using this Hemingway expression. You know, he said, courage is grace under pressure. He's courageous, and queen f5 gives black the upper hand, apparently.
Yeah, is he just pushing? But wait, why would black be better here? You push with c4, yeah? That's... Actually, c4,
so.
c4 is...
On the board, white's got to go h4, h5, right? That's the plan. But black stops it with h5?
Or queen g4 as well. You could try to trade queens. You are up 2 queenside passers, and we keep talking about blitz. This is about to be a blitz game where Jan Nepomniachtchi, he's currently up almost a minute, but he is down a pawn, and those are some scary pawns to be down.
I'm in absolute shock that Ding actually decided to continue the game with just a minute on the clock. He's refused a repetition going into blitz.
Yeah, this is a pretty wild decision. Maybe it actually looks like a brilliant decision, but probably because this queen f5 was a mistake. And maybe he just missed c4. He thought he's picking up that pawn, but he's not picking up that pawn. So what does he do? Bishop to d4? I just want to stop c3. I really,
queen
really
d3
want to
there.
stop queen d3, yeah? Yeah, queen d3.
Oh my gosh. This is a position where Jan might have only one move to survive. I see the eval bar saying 0.3, but that is completely misleading everybody. There are 2 separate pass pawns. I think that's what you were indicating. The pawn is protected. He goes queen c7, which is a mistake. A huge mistake in time trouble from Jan Nepomniachtchi. The queen has to go back to g6. That's the good news for Ding LIREN. He has only one move here, and Jan is the one down to 20 seconds and counting down.
Wait, bishop c3? Oh, just a2 and queen b1 then. There's no checks. Yeah, that's... Yeah, I think this is over.
Oh my
He has
gosh.
to go queen c4 back. It's the only move.
Will he find it? The only way to keep the game going is queen back to c4, going after the bishop. He plays just that. So a good find.
C2 now. Yeah,
On
this
the
is
board.
Oh my gosh.
so close to disaster.
But he's holding on right now.
Oh,
What's the-
is bishop c5? Oh no, it's I was trying to get too clever.
Bishop d6. This h4 pawn may be hanging in some positions. He goes king g2, which keeps it in -3.
Actually, play a2 immediately.
Although you have to be very careful here. Let's see. King f1. Oh, I don't think the king belongs to the first rank. That means a pawn might promote with check at some point.
Wait, now king e2, queen g4, so you can't move your king. Oof. But he was avoiding this a2, queen e4, queen e3 because he saw that option. He was avoiding it with king f1. Oh, wait, now bishop to b2 is coming. This is just game over. I mean, there's no more hope here. The bishop on b2, white doesn't even have counterplay. Okay, he's going for just desperation. But h5, queen f5, yeah, this is... Desperation is not working out. Ding is going to win this match.
Unbelievable. The resilience from Ding LIREN. He brings his queen up. Now it's on f5. There's a passed pawn c2 that's defended. You can't distract the queen anymore. Ding LIREN, who is down a point in this match, is he about to become our world champion?
Black can do anything here. I mean, he doesn't have to panic, but he can play a2. Queen d3 probably wins. g3 probably wins, yeah. And now a2. a2 is super, super winning. Not even hope is left after
We're just
a2.
seconds away from Ding becoming the world champion. If he just plays the next few accurate moves, it's all over.
Just
This
one
is-
move, a2, and it's over.
And it's on the board.
Oh my goodness. And Jan
Look at
Nepomniachtchi,
Jan
he sits
Nepomniachtchi.
up in his chair, but he knows this might be the last few moves of his world championship.
Oh my god. Robert.
Oh, you see it.
And
He
he gives
knows.
up. He knows it.
Yeah, bishop takes f4 is easy.
Heartbreaking. It's over. Ding LIREN is the world chess champion. Wow. He has made history as the first Chinese player to win the world championship. We see handshakes that Ding is overtaken by emotions. He isn't able to leave the board. And for Jan Nepomniachtchi, a heartbreaking moment there. He leaves the hall. This has been a fight of courage, of grit and determination. And all of that has paid off for Ding LIREN. Take a moment and admire Ding right now.